Hey guys, how are you? This is Paul with Tree Awareness. I'm here today. I'm gonna drill test a tree with a resisted graft. The client has a large old leader that came off a tree, and there's a column of decay that's associated with the old branch connection point. It's got some callus wood formed around it and so forth and so on. So I'm gonna drill it just to make sure we're good there. But I just wanted to share a little history with you. Little local history, little tree guy history. Because as much as I'm an arborist and a business owner, and I've enjoyed my career of climbing and so forth, I also actually do like the history of our industry as well. I find it unique, and a lot of us have a local history. So part of my local history is for a long time, very early in my career as I started, I competed with a gentleman named William Camper, who was a fellow state certified tree expert. I had his certification before I did, long before I did, in fact. At any rate, Bill and I, over time, developed sort of a professional affinity for one another. There was a period of time where he was kind of getting out of the big work before his son, Kenny, was able to take over that mantle, and he wound up referring some of his large removals to us when I was a young whippersnapper, and I would take on pretty much anything. So he referred work to us. So we enjoyed this great professional relationship. He was also someone that understood trees. He was, somewhat of a tree doctor back in the day. At one point, shortly after a Tree Care Industry Expo in Baltimore, I kind of forget the year, but it's probably been about 4 years at this point, Kenny's pop passed away a few days after that, and I got a pretty broken up message from him that his dad had passed anyway, et cetera, et cetera. Fast forward, Kenny and I kind of kept that relationship going. He worked for me for a short period of time, but one of the cool things that I'm about to show you is that I'm going to pan it this way and show you this case behind me that his wife, Bill's wife, this is actually Bill Camper's resistograph that I procured from Kenny, I don't know, let's say 4 or 5 years ago. I still have it in the case. It says Camper's Tri-County Tree Service on it. And so to me, it's more than just a tool. It has a great sentimental value to me, and as long as I'm using that tool and that tool works, in fact, I just ordered 2 new batteries for it because they finally did go. As long as I have that thing, I will leave that intact. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to share that story. A lot of respect. We learn a lot from the folks that come before us, and I just think it's cool to acknowledge that. I love that part of our history. So there's a local story, as much as I love it in our industry. Some of the guys that have come before me, before us, and there's a generation coming up underneath of us. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day. I hope you enjoyed that story. I'm going to drill my tree, and have a good day.